Hello lovelies, I'm terrible at pimping my stuff, so here I am, pimping my stuff. Please like, subscribe, and most important of all, share, so that people can discover me and all the wonders that I offer. Hello lovelies, gender swapped Sadako here. You know, I have a problem, and you'll help me with my problem, won't you, dear viewers, dear listeners? You see, in some secluded corner of my dark, shriveled little heart, I have somehow held on to some faith in humanity. That when push comes to shove, when the chips are down and other trite phrases are trotted out, that somehow we can overcome our petty differences and our stupidities, that we can see through grifters and charlatans, that we can work together for mutual benefit in the face of disaster, like, say, I don't know, off the top of my head, a deadly global pandemic. You know, I thought that might be enough to push through something like universal basic income, or to have us properly defend the NHS in this country, or to finally realise what a shit idea Brexit always was, or for America to get a healthcare system worthy of the name. You know, I thought somehow it might reprioritise us, it might get us away from these fucking stupid culture wars, that sanity might prevail, that the necessity and usefulness of experts might come once again to the fore, but instead, what do I get?
This demonstration today in Lansing, Michigan, slamming the strict guidelines to stay at home, demanding a return to normal in the face of experts who warn it's still too early for that.
But I have a problem receiving any vaccine from any entity, especially anybody like Bill Gates, who push for population control.
We want to get our country back, and we're going to do it, and we're going to do it soon.
It's bad enough when we're ruled by incompetence, but when your entire society is incompetent, what are you supposed to do then?
This is awful.
That's what I said.
5G has nothing to do with the coronavirus whatsoever. It's non-ionizing radiation. It can't hurt you. It has nothing to do with it. All burning masks down does is it denies people cell phone access and makes things harder for health services. So, well done there.
Tell me more about this man Houdini.
Where do you even start with people like Diamond and Silk or other right-wing nut jobs? They're willing to lay down their life for the economy. All glory to the invisible hand. Oh, they're willing to do that, right? Willing to die for the sake of a billionaire's bottom line. But a billionaire who chooses to be philanthropic and to help provide a vaccine to people, oh no, that's too far. You're willing to die for a billionaire's bank account, but you're not willing to live at the cost of a billionaire's bank account. And they get away with this shit to such a huge extent because they're black, and you're not allowed to criticize them.
It gives me a headache just trying to think down to your level.
And then fucking Trump. Look, he's not Hitler. I've long argued that he's not Hitler. That doesn't mean he's any good. It just means that the hyperbole with which people address him is pointless and doesn't get us anywhere. And he's going to get a second term. Biden is not the guy to beat him at all. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's talking about reopening the country at what is probably, maybe, or not even quite yet, the peak of American interaction with this disease. The absolute worst time to start doing it. I mean, you expect your leaders to be incompetent. It's par for the course. It's normal for them not to really know what they're doing. But we live in an age where they don't consult with experts, or they fire experts who disagree with their gut instinct. And the sheer brute fact of the matter is that you fuckers elected them.
So this is it. We're going to die.
And then, in the midst of all this, we have reputable broadcasters, or at least mildly reputable broadcasters, giving airtime and oxygen to these conspiracy theories. To David fucking Icke. Allowing them to spread their nonsense. Yeah, giving them airtime, not even particularly challenging them very strongly, and amplifying the voices of fringe crazy people or near outsiders in the medical community who are going against the grain of everybody else out of some retarded misconception of what balance means.
Isn't that rather unethical behaviour?
Oh, is it? I'm afraid I'm a bit out of touch.
This fucking disease is the great equalizer. Anyone can get it. Our Prime Minister got it. Unfortunately, it didn't kill him, but there it is. He's experienced it firsthand, which demonstrates, in the same way that Obama becoming president did, that anybody can do something or get something, right? We're all equally human. It's not the time to be grinding your race grift or your gender grift or your counter grift, I suppose. You know, minimizing the fact that as many as twice as many men than women are dying from this. Just by triage, for God's sake. Objective measures of where you ought to be putting your efforts in. Clearly, you should be worrying more about who's dying the most and why. And there are good reasons for that, but that's beyond the scope of me shouting at you today. This was an opportunity to come together, to realise that we're all equally human, to push for the kinds of changes that we need in our society. It's demonstrated even more than things already were, where everything's broken. It's a chance to lash back at these populist demagogues that have taken over so many countries. But no. Everyone's just gonna fucking double down. The conspiracy theories are gonna spread more and they're gonna get people killed. America is very likely to open up sooner rather than later, even if it's delegated to states. There are irresponsible governors in various states that haven't even enacted a proper shutdown yet. And there's an opportunity, this grand accelerationist opportunity for positive change and development that has previously really only come about through world wars, is going to be squandered. And I'm finding it very hard to see any signs of light when here the government's big announcement is badges for NHS workers that they're going to have to pay for, and which cost more than the average hourly wage for the NHS. Fuck it.
Oh, well, who wants to live forever?
It's been called misogynistic, racist, a hate group, reactionary. It's been blamed for Trump, for keeping women out of games and technology. None of this is true. If you want the real story, then you need to buy Inside Gamergate.
And this is not a time to be dismayed. This is punk rock time. This is what Joe Strummer trained you for. It is now time to go. You're a good person. That means more now than ever.